Hello, friends. As a World Cup is going on in India, so I thought of presenting with some similarities between world class athletes and top performing salespeople. It will help you to understand their mindset and how they choose their path whenever they are competing against the world's best. So, here are the list of nine similarities which I thought of presenting with you. First, choose your own goals. So, as a salesperson or as an athlete, you will always have your goal in mind. But it's important that how you go behind that particular goal, because as a person you need to analyze that if you want to achieve a bigger target, so first of all you need to break it down into smaller targets. So simple example is, let's say as an athlete, if he wants to do well at a world stage, but directly he cannot do go well in that particular event or tournament. But if he try to do well in the smaller tournaments, maybe which is not very much renowned, and increase his or her performance, then he has a better chance to do well at the world stage as well, because he'll be prepared well. It's the same way as a salesperson. You also need to prepare your own goal and set your own targets, or let's say it's because goals are very personal for every individual, and as a salesperson you should set your own path and also your vision, like what you want to achieve from that particular role. So this way you should always try to set your goals. Be honest with yourselves. So, as a salesperson or as an athlete, you need to be aware that what needs to be done and how much effort you need to put in, because you need to be honest to yourself, because there are no shortcuts in life, whether it's a sport or it's your job. As a salesperson you need to do what's required and how you can achieve the path, because let's say as a salesperson you want to achieve your target, so there is a process, like there is a proper sales funnel and there is a proper channel for each and everything. So you need to do proper follow up of all the channels, and at the same time there are no shortcuts in it, can be in sport or it can be in your job. So you need to prepare well, and so that you are aware that you need to put in this much effort to achieve your ultimate goal or success. Because if you are running behind, say, shortcuts or maybe a short term success, it will lead to an unproductive behavior or probably the failure in your role. Number three, don't do everything all alone. This means that for every individual, or it can be an athlete or a salesperson, you need to involve with your team. So as a athlete, you probably sometimes want to feel that you want to train alone, or it's better if you are alone. But that's not true. You need to have a proper set of team. It can be your coach, it can be your nutritionist, it can be someone who is taking care of your personal work, and also maybe like sponsorship. The same way the salesperson, like as a salesperson, initial call can be individual, like you are trying to connect with multiple prospects, but later on you need to have support from your team. It can be support from your manager, it can be support from your additional departments, where you need to discuss with them about a lot of products, and you also get awareness about how you can deal with particular situations whenever you are coming up with different kind of people. So try to remain with the team and help each other, and also try to learn from your individuals and colleagues as well. Number four, be different. As an world class athlete or as a top performing salesperson, it's always something they are doing different in their life and in their daily routine. You can simply find out whoever are the world class performers. It can be in sales or it can be in athletics or any sport. You can see that all will be doing a lot of sacrifices, and they are very punctual towards their work or their work ethics, and also the discipline which they have, and they are not hesitant to put in the effort required to achieve the final success. So that's how you should also think differently, because you don't want to be amongst the crowd, because there are a lot of people. You can take any sport, there are a lot of people competing for the positions in the team, or it can be an individual sport as well. But it's ultimately how much effort you are putting in and how differently you are doing the things from the others competition. So it's very important that you think differently, try to take necessary steps to be different, and be productive with your approach. Number 5, stop trying to multitask. In sales or in any sport, it's important that you focus at one thing at a time. It's a very common example you would have seen maybe in any sport, where you cannot think too much ahead of the game. It is the common phrase which is being used in all the sports. You need to stick to present and do what is in your control, because if you try to think or do many things at a time, it will not achieve you good results, and ultimately will not be able to achieve the goal. So it's very important that to stay at present, and also you need to understand that how you need to prepare yourself so that you can strategize better, and you what all changes you might need to do to achieve your ultimate goal. So that you try to prepare, because you can never plan or prepare yourself for any situation. It can be in sport or can be in sales as well. So don't try to juggle yourself between too many things, or don't try to juggle your mind between too many tasks, because it might give you a small benefit, or maybe a short term benefit, or maybe might impress your boss, but ultimately the final goal you will not be able to achieve. Number 6, bring on the competition. If you want to improve and learn in your career, or as a team or as an individual athlete, you need to play with your competition, because when you play with your competition, it tends to bring out the best in you, because you put your everything on the line. So if you take proper popular sports like soccer, where you see teams like Real Madrid versus Barcelona. In cricket, if you see, there are teams like India versus Pakistan, or India versus Australia, and many other teams. When they play against each other, you see a different intensity amongst them, and everybody wants to perform well for their club or for their team. The same way, you should always be with your competition and try to compete with them, because it will definitely try to bring on the best in you, and you will learn so many things from them. It can be from an other athlete, or it can be from your colleague as well, as a part of sales team, because competition is always considered as very healthy, and it always tends to change your thought process and gets the best out of you. Number 7, do not overcommit or overpromise. As an athlete or as a salesperson, you are always in a pressure situations, right? So it's always better that rather than saying first and then probably struggling to achieve your goal or target, it's always better to do first, or let's say achieve your goal first, and then talk about it, that how you have been able to achieve. Because overcommitting or probably overpromising can lead to disasters in individual life, or can be an athlete as well, because it's very common scenario in sales profile, like people tend to overpromise and then they fail to achieve their goal. So it can be very embarrassing for any athlete, or can be a salesperson, when they say something and they're not able to fulfill that particular thing. So be aware that it's always good to speak less and perform more, and then showcase with your results. It can be in any sport, or can be in your sales profile, because then it increases your credibility amongst your team members, and also you will be considered as one of the top performers in the particular sport and in the particular job. Number 8, be choosy. As an athlete or as a salesperson, you should be always choosy whatever you are trying to achieve. So let's give you an example. So let's say as a salesperson, you need to choose your people. Like, are you with the right set of people in the organization? Because there can be different type of people. They can talk positive, negative. So you need to understand with whom you are able to learn more and can grow more. Same way in the sport as well. Like, you need to choose your diet. Like, let's say you need to choose your coaches, and let's say with your friends, like with whom you want to be with, and let's say with whom you want to talk about your game, or like you imagine, like speaking to that particular person can help you to improve your game. So the same way, you need to choose your people, your path, and whatever the plan you want to follow. And because as I mentioned earlier, you want to stand different from the crowd. So you need to be choosy in whatever you do in your day-to-day life. And last, number 9, reward yourself. It has been seen that many people have a certain goal. Like for an athlete, it can be like representing their country and do well for the country. It can be like winning a medal. And probably in any other sport like soccer or cricket, they want to be the best in their era. Same way in the salesperson, like they want to be the top performers for their region or in the entire company. So whenever you perform well, it's always a reward attached to it. So many people are there who earn, or let's say achieve certain thing for their country, or let's say for their particular personal reason. It can be like because of their father wanted to achieve something, or it can be like as a salesperson, like he wanted to achieve that because there is a good reward attached to it, which is motivating that particular salesperson, right? So as an individual, you should reward yourself, and it has been seen that rewards like luxuries and travel brings a lot of motivation. And same way in the athlete life as well, he ultimately gets lot of rewards and luxuries as well whenever he becomes one of the top performers or top athletes in the world. So this way, you should reward yourself and keep striving for the goals and the targets which you have set. It will help you to achieve your rewards as well in life. I hope as a sports lover or as a salesperson, you would like these similarities and are able to analyze yourself, like what are common amongst the top performing salesperson and the world class athletes. So I hope you like this video. Keep liking my content, leave your comment so that I can learn more and also create content for you. Thanks for watching Sensational Sales with Sandeep. Keep liking.